Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is Social and ISRF International Educational and Training Institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. In Institute of Global Professional is an institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student community, resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, national, international to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learners, the respective learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like Return Portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, converse sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and even become highly skilled people. We implement several training program webinar and offline online courses for youth learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the state of global profession. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we start them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective base quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support. You already completed 2078 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support. You already completed 2078 webinars. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website. www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for months with profile information. Note that with profile information, you enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download a certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function, which organize combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can receive, prepare, and download 18 types of research certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Interest in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Summit 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching is a Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tool, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trend in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill Social Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching, Special Program in the Art, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tool in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, help tips for parents, help tips for teaching, education tools for teacher. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our previous premium services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical issue, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to correct your previous condition. You solve all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything, and check your details for all of the details. It's a cordial request to check all button pages on our website. She will like and say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without login you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 2079 webinar, which name is Happiness, and today our speaker surname is Hassan Bukhari. He is from Pakistan. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello. I hope you're doing great. I hope you can hear me. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sir, the stage is you. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, I'm okay. Okay. So can you see the presentation? Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. All right, everyone. I hope you're doing great this evening. And I, all the way from Pakistan, am going to share something new. Although this is my not my first time, I'm sharing something about happiness with you people. I believe. I believe that all of you at your comfort zones, you're enjoying the day today. And if you're not enjoying, if you're just interested in learning what is happiness and how we can raise a happiness, how can we improve a quality of life, then this lecture is exactly for you. And today I'll be sharing a lot of things with you. So the real question is, why are we after happiness? Why are we trying to learn something about happiness? The real reason is that people go through their life, and by their later stage they realize that they have missed out on the best part of their life because they were taking a lot of stress. And now they know that they have spent their life with a lot of stress. They have not been able to manage their stress, which is the reason they start to develop negative emotions. For instance, guilt, frustration, for instance, regret, sorrow, for, for example, grief. So all those emotions back up into you at your later stage of life, which is proven with a lot of studies. It is it is a golden chance for us to be ahead of the curve and to learn about happiness and the way how we can manage our happiness and how we can manage our stress to stay ahead of the curve. So this is why we are studying happiness, because we need to manage our stress as well. The second reason, the second reason why we are studying about this is the alarming statistics about depression. You know, depression is, I'll give you the statistics later on. Depression is the third largest cause of death in the United States. And why we are talking about United States all the time? It's because that is the country where you get those statistics, you get the research done, and you know about the statistics, and later on you can do something with that. So that's why we always get the numbers from the US. Yes, there are numbers from the UK and the Europe and the other countries as well, but they are far behind. So foremost, we have statistics from the US. So the third thing why we are learning about happiness is that happiness is a life-saving pill against major illnesses. If someone is worried, they tend to be neurotic. They tend to develop the hormones, the kind of chemicals which are considered negative for your overall aggregate health, which is the reason we want you to protect we want you to protect you from all those major illnesses like cardiac diseases, coronary diseases. There are diabetes has a significant connection with your happiness. People who are happy, they are less diabetic, and those who do stress a lot, who take a lot of stress, they become diabetic quite at the earlier age. So which is why we have brought this webinar for you. I hope all of you are with me, and I hope you are learning. So let's begin with talking about stress. Now, stress can be seen in two distinct ways. The first way to look at it is that stress is our own reaction to the ongoing circumstances, reaction to the environment, reaction to the stressful events, reaction to the trigger. So stress is basically a response. So therefore, one researcher, Han Selig, defines stress as wear and tear on your body. One can one can have a wear and tear in your car. It can be in any machine. It can be in anything. It can be in the house that you are living in. So wear and tear is part of life. Similarly, stress is another name of wear and tear, which decreases your aggregate happiness. Therefore, we need to study it. However, the important thing is that stress is not only of one type, stress can be of many types. Especially, stress can be of two types. Number one, there is eustress, and the other one is the distress. The eustress is the good sort of a stress which you undergo once you are working on a project. Once you get that project done, aren't you happy? Haven't you achieved something more in your life? Are you not on a better place, on a better stage once you are done with your project? And especially if you score well. So, so stress could be of two types. Number one, which is eustress, and the other one, that is the distress. This is the stress from the bad sources. This is the stress that stays with you. No matter how many times you underwent exam in your academic career, if you have passed with the good score, you don't remember the kind of stress you went through. But if you have scored under the level you were expecting, if you were an underscorer, you will always remember how hard it was for you to get through your exam. What is the difference? The difference is our brain gets done with the good sort of stress, and it gives us a sign that we have now grown by taking that stress. However, that distress, it makes negative beliefs. It stays with us. And by the end of the day, we start to develop psychological diseases. All right. So if someone is facing difficulty at work, he's worried of the work environment, that can stay with that person unless it is solved. It will stay with that person and it will ultimately look like a distress. Similarly, you have other examples. But we're not going to stress so much on the stress. Rather, we will just briefly swiftly go through it, and then we'll educate you about what actually is happiness and how you can achieve your happiness. I hope you are with me from all around the world, and I deeply credit IGP for sharing this stage, this platform with me, and through me helping audience develop their happiness. I think we all have the birthright to live a life with happiness, and I believe you are doing a wonderful job bringing so many experts, so many people, resource person together on this one platform. So I give a big hand for Kaushik Datta, who has been running this institute for a long time and has received a lot of acknowledgements as well. So we have four types of stress, like journal stress, everyday issues, everyday work burden, and things you have to do, your checklist. Similarly, we have the second type of stress is a stress that has built up. For example, if you are lagging on your work routine, for example, if you have a lot of accumulated work to do, That could be accumulative stress or cumulative stress. So it is the stress that builds up on your body. Firstly, the general stress is just on your muscles. But now this sort of a stress, it builds up on your body. So you need to watch out for it. Then there is acute traumatic stress. It happens with if some accident or something happens, and then there is post-traumatic stress. Once you have had a significant setback in your life, you get a post-traumatic stress, and in this sort of a stress you get flashbacks of about your life. So any one of you could be suffering through any one of those sort of stress, and this is exactly why you are logging in to this webinar to learn about the happiness, which is the of what stress is, and which is the opposite of what we are trying to achieve here. So with this, we move on to the first reason why we were, the second reason why we are into this session, which is the depression statistics. And the fact is that depression is a common mental disorder, and which is originated from the dip position, the depressive position, the lowest position in life. So globally, 5% of the world suffers from depression, and it is a leading cause of disability worldwide. And depression can lead to suicide. It is the low feeling, it is the feeling of feeling down for a lot of time, so much so that you want to end your life. And we see the kind of world we have today. It is not the world like last year. Last year we had just come out of COVID, and everything was going back to normal. However, this year we have a war going on in two major regions of the world. We have that war, and it has impacted pretty much everyone. People who are in that war do not have the privilege to hear us, to listen to us. However, people who are in the other parts of the world, they might be thinking a lot of questions about humanity, a lot of questions about the human civilization, how it is taking on this problem in the Middle East. And you might be seeing all those images, all those pictures, which can be distressful, which can come into your dreams, and it can make you depressive. Uh, and there was a time that I was also consuming a lot of that information and getting distressed and depressive. And at times we see people committing suicide. As yesterday, we hear a news about a U.S. Army officer who himself because of this, because he was suffering through depression. And was unable to from that is going on in this modern world. However, let's come forward. So depression is a big problem. And then second thing is, the third reason why we want to study this is that happiness is one sort of intervention. It's sort of a pill, it's sort of a medication. If you're happy, it decreases your pain, and it decreases your depression. So, and boosting, you can boost happiness among anybody. It could through pain, it could be yourself, your family, it could be anyone among which you can introduce happiness as an intervention, as a medicine. So there are studies showing effect of happiness on your physical health, and then there are studies showing happiness can lead to success. Then there are studies showing a positive attitude can make your brain work better because you undergo a psychological test or an IQ test. Once you're happy, it can do better you can achieve a better IQ. Uh, in my own clinical practice, it has occurred many times that uh, people who were depressed, once I have taken their intelligence test, they were scoring equal to someone who is equal to a mental retard. So, we have other studies where people who were studying maths, once they were happy, they scored better results. If you were an athlete, happiness is for you. And then there is a lot, and then so let's see what we have with us for this happiness lecture ahead. Now, I have a question from you. What do you think? What makes us happy? Someone can say that a well-paying job. I need a well-paying job, which makes me happy. One can say that if my body was healthier, if I was healthy and I did not have that illness, I would have been very happy. And people aspire those things, and they want those things because they don't have clean and decorated house, a beautiful wife, or luxuries of life. For example, the latest mobile phone. If you buy that mobile phone, would you not be happy? Yes, you will be happy. And if you were center of the attention or center of discussion of the whole world, like the leaders of film industry or the glamour industry, this entertainment industry, TikTok has given a lot of people a lot of fame, but does it make your life better? Is it really happiness being center of attention? Or is it the opposite? I have seen people having a lot of wealth. I have seen them depressed. I have seen them upset. Their lives, in their lives, villas, they do come to me worrying about their kids, their relationships, the trust issues, and a lot of things. There was a study in the US which was about ownership of a dream house. And the researchers found that, and I quote, we find that home buyers for whom the purchase of home is a main reason for moving on average, systematically overestimate the long-term satisfaction gains of living in their dwelling. The misprediction therein is driven by home buyers who follow extrinsically oriented life goals. Well, if you think that a good luxury villa or a big house or a better house can make you happier, that's all wrong. It's not true. Because material things cannot be confidently associated with happiness, because happiness is non-material in nature. And this article that you are seeing was published in August 2022. It's not from far behind. It's not from ages. It's something new. And you can see home ownership and subjective well-being. They think that they say that this study finds that home ownership is positively associated with one's overall happiness. Uh, However, there's a catch to it. Joint ownership, wherein property is jointly owned by spouses, is associated with higher levels of happiness. If your spouse is owning a house, you may get happier because you don't have a lot of responsibility. If you're a spouse, if you're a wife, your husband owns the house and he is managing everything, and you're not contributing to it, yes, you are likely to feel happiness for a certain amount of time. However, if you are a house owner, your spouse, one who owns the house, is less likely to feel that happy, because soon after you move into a better place. After a month or so, you start developing questions, questions about the existence of that property, whether it is on the right place, could there be a better neighborhood, how satisfied am I, how satisfied my kids are, because it can be the case that your kids are not happy because they had to move out of the school where they had a lot of friends, and they had to move into the new neighborhood. Because of all those reasons, you eventually your happiness level eventually declines, and that's very sad, and especially for those who are extrinsic oriented people. Some can some can be happy while they can break prisons, but life is just like a prison break. You you jump out of the frying pan, you are into the fire. So you you sort out one problem, you face another. Then you solve that problem, there comes another. I will encourage you to watch this teleseries or a season, Prison Break, in which a brother steps forward and goes to jail in order to protect his brother who is innocent, who has not murdered someone. And eventually he finds out that breaking out of the prison was just the beginning. Then the whole organization, which has a lot of secrets, it gets exposed to them, and they try to run down that organization legally through the court, and then they find out it is impossible, and every day there's a new challenge. And if you think buying a good house, marrying a beautiful lady or a husband, or if you think that having a lot of money, these are the things that can make you happy, I think better watch this season so that you learn whether it is true or not. So, if a spouse and wealth and every such thing made somebody happy, it would have been Bill Gates, but eventually they broke apart. And you can see they broke apart, Elon Musk, and you can see this man, the owner of Amazon, he had to share his entire wealth with this lady whom he was married to, and he had to let that go, let his fortune go with this woman. And well, they seem happy. The question is how happier they are. In reality, it is our expectation that associate our happiness with objects and conditions. Unfortunately, in reality, We cannot commodify happiness. Happiness cannot be achieved through an object. A lot of friends buy a new iPhone. Guess how long they're happy for their iPhone? 1 month? 2 months? Then it doesn't matter. Similarly, it goes on for everything. You have a raise in your salary. Eventually, after a few days, you get a lot of new things. You spend money on a lot of new things, which is why uh, it is not sustainable. So, what kind of happiness shall we have which is long lasting? That's the ideal question. So, are you okay? So, let's see how many types of happiness we have. This is the best slide we can have today in this webinar. These are the 7 basic types of happiness which everyone can enjoy. No matter you are from a poor background or you're the wealthiest person of the world. No matter your color, your complexion is black or white. No matter whether you live besides a water body or whether you live up in the hills or you live around trees or whether you're living in dry sands, it doesn't matter. Every human being can experience these 7 types of happiness. And guess what? How many? What are they? Number one is optimism. Everyone has the right to think good. If you have a positive attitude, if you think life is something good, it has better results. And if you think that future is going to be bright, you are an optimistic person. You can enjoy that as an happiness. Secondly, you have joy. It can come out of any activity or hobby that you like. Your hobbies can dwell excitement into you. However, generally, painting would not make you excited, but painting can make you happier. Then the third form of happiness is gratitude, being able to thank people. You see that man standing there, he's looking at the water, he's looking at the pond or water body, and he is thinking back in time and he is feeling something called gratitude because his family contributed a lot towards him, because his friends helped him in so many ways, and he is standing here enjoying his life because he's grateful. Suppose it is a sunny day and this guy lived in a winter zone where they rarely see sunlight. Don't you expect he's going to be happy and grateful for that sunlight? In a harsh winter, let's imagine if we did not have gas, or if we did not have natural gas or liquid natural gas or any sort of electric power, which gives us inverter, or solar power, which gives us electric inverter or heat pumps. And an inside of the house was as cold as the outside. What would it look like? Wouldn't it be a disastrous situation? But we don't thank nature, we don't thank God that He has provided us with all those things which were not provided to us otherwise. Then we have excitement. Now you can see the child, he is excited because he is performing an exciting activity. You can also perform that activity. If you think, you can buy a bicycle and you ride bicycle once or twice a week. You might be familiar with the kind of happiness it gives you. But then the excitement comes from doing more. It doesn't come from doing regular. For example, if you do jogging every day and you jog 1 kilometer, if you jog 1 kilometer, it can make you happy. But one day, if you jog similarly, love or compassion is another form of happiness. If you have loved ones upon whom you can count, you become happy. People who back you, who support you, who stay there for you, if you have them, you're happy. And finally, contribution. Contribution can make you happy. And contribution is very important. Now, in this lecture, I will share 11 ideas, 11 things that can make you happy. And I believe a lot of you will be doing so already. What I need you to do is just to do it more and register them, know them, notice them. If you have good friends and you don't notice it, you can be as happy as an extremely unprivileged person, a person who doesn't have access to all those necessities of life. You can be as good as a distressed person if you're not noticing what you have in life, if you're not being grateful. So, number one thing that you can do, that the fact that can make you happier, is doing a good deed. You know, research has proven that doing something good to somebody, helping someone genuinely, can trigger a response as someone has taken a drug. Being high. People who have taken drugs, they are high. And doing good deeds is a good way to be high. You get very happy once you do something good with someone, once you contribute to their life. Number two, if you want to be a happy person, British Medical Journal had a research paper which I studied, and it says get into the company of happier people. If you live among happy people, you become happy. However, if you live among unhappy people, you ultimately become unhappy. It happens because of our mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are in our brain to help us imitate and learn. So your learning part is actually learning the negative thing if you are among angry people, depressed, sad, and hopeless people. And then there is the third idea which can help us be happy is avoiding politics. You know, politics can be a rat for your happiness. Getting into complicated business, although it can make you successful, being a good politician at your workplace can save you a lot of stress as well. However, that it can give you some sort of an achievement, a position where you may feel imposter, where you may feel that you don't belong here. You may be granted or given a position which is better than others because you were good at politics, but in the end you will not be able to enjoy it. So being artificial person is not going to give you anything good. So you don't have to play politics. Instead, be genuine. If you're genuine, you don't have to watch out for yourself all the time. You don't have to worry which lie had you spoken and where did you speak that lie to and what was your purpose. You have to have that back, a catalog or a register in which you have you have to record every lie that you have told, because you were not a genuine person and you were just doing politics. And once if you get caught and exposed, you'll not be able to forget it for the weeks to come. So it is much better to avoid politics, being part of the politics, and set yourself free. Be genuine. The next thing that you can do is you can have a good sleep. You can have a good rest. However, what I'm not saying is to oversleep. You shall not oversleep, because oversleep can make you even more depressive, as well as it is another sign of depression. In depression, people are not happy, and they think a lot, which is why either they will sleep less than usual, or they will sleep more than usual. So what you need to do is you need to sleep as much as it makes you comfortable, it makes you fresh. If you sleep a lot and you're not getting fresh, it means you are oversleeping. And if you cannot go into deep sleep and get up early, it means you are sleeping little. So if you increase your sleep, that can make you happy, because people who sleep less, they are unable to experience the life from the eyes of a normal person. I believe if you have pulled an all-nighter in which you were studying or doing something, or you were conversating with your friend, or you were watching a movie all night, and next day you have to study or go to school or you go to work. So you can do that work, but life seems tasteless. It seems meaningless on that day, and it seems slow. Why does it happen? It happens because We are unable to feel the world the way we have to feel it, the way we usually do. And there are some people who feel life like this for months and years. They are unhappy for months and years. They are unable to experience the goodness in life, the bright side of life. They are unable to experience it for years. And eventually they develop psychological disorders, which is something that we do not want for you. So, therefore, it is important to sleep. The sixth thing, the fifth thing, there's a fact that the happiest people in the world are the ones who feel a sense of community, who feel interconnected. In a world where people are lonely, they cannot experience as much happiness as people in a community do. So, live together. I believe you're familiar with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First, we need to have enough food and water. Second, we need to have a sufficient shelter which can protect us from the hardships of life, of the world, or threats. And the third need which human beings have is need to belong to a community. People who don't know about their parents spend at least half of their life as distressed. They're the ones who are highly prone to stressors, and they're prone to mental health disorders, who are unaware of their parents. Why do you think that happens? It happens because we need a sense of identity. We need to conform with some community. We need to be close to people because this is what makes us human beings. We are social animals. If we were alone animals, we would not have come this far. We would not have survived that much. So this is the reason once people are in community, they feel happier. Next, if you listen to music, it could be any music that you like. It could be religious music. It could be some sort of recitation. It could be prose. It could be rock music. It could be soft music. It could be folk music or a folklore. It could be anything. But if you listen to something, as per Journal of Positive Psychology, a study published in 2013, listening to upbeat music elevates your mood. The seventh thing is contentment. If you're satisfied of your life, if you're satisfied that what you have is enough and you are grateful for it, the study finds that your life increases up to 10 years. Your life can see an increase from 7 to 10 years just if you are content in your life, if you are satisfied from your life. And that was proven by studying 4,000 adults in the UK in 2011. Their lifespan saw an increase of 7 to 10 years just based on whether they were content or not. The eighth thing which makes us happy is being outdoors. So I encourage you, whether you can make formal plans or whether you can just do Casual plans, staying outdoors or being outdoors can increase happiness. And ideally, if you are near a water body or you are in a warm weather zone, s- time spent outdoor is much happier than the time spent indoor. Obviously, I'm not talking about the harsh weather in Canada, and I'm not encouraging you, the people in Siberia, to go outside once it's blizzard. So obviously that is not something I'm saying. I'm saying that if you spend time outdoor, like in the park or at you can say, hmm, at a zoo, you can spend time. You can go to museum and open air gym. You can go to an event. You can walk on down the road. You can go downtown, or you can go to the bazaar. You can go anywhere. Wherever you go, if you're outdoors, you're likely to be less stressed. And why is that so? It is because we associate our feelings with our immediate surroundings, our environment. So if you're living in a house and you are upset due to some reason, let's say because of your spouse, if you're upset, so once you get away from get away from those premises, those associated boundaries, you ultimately have happiness. Similarly, one of the most important things to do in modern times is getting away from social media. Getting off from social media can make you happier. All the times we receive those notifications, those phone calls. Even during this webinar, I received 3 to 4 calls, which I had to reject in order to continue sharing what I learned with you. So you have to get away from social media in order to be happy. Okay. So we were going through this presentation, and we studied all those things about stress, the types of stress. We studied about depression, statistics, and how material things are not that related with happiness as much as our non-material things, our perception is. And we said that it is a myth that wealth or a house or such things can make you happy, or a beautiful wife can make you happy. In reality, it's our expectations that we associate with objects, that makes us think that objects can make us happier. However, it is we associating our happiness with these things. And then we were studying these 7 types of happiness, and contentment, love, and pride is part of it. Now I have a 3-step formula for you to be happy in life. It's very simple. You have to do just 3 things to be happy. Step number 1 is forgiveness. You just have to forgive people and yourself for what they have done, and yourself for what you have done. I believe all of us make a lot of mistakes in life, and we are bound to make mistakes in the future. If you hold yourself responsible, that will create guilt. And if you are guilty, you will feel frustrated. And if you are frustrated, You can never be happy at the same time. Your cup will be filled with frustration, which is something we don't require. What do we require? We require some sort of happiness. So we have a formula in which we have to do three things. Number one, we have to wash out the bad things. That is the wiping out of the bad thing. The way you clean your home, just clean your mind. Forgive everyone, no matter what they've done. And I'll show it to you in an analogy, in an example. It's coming forth. The second thing, the gratitude. We never be, we never value our friends. We never value that we have a family. We have relationships. A lot of people in this world don't have people whom they should belong to. You have a country. You have an association with your country. You might be living in a zone where you have sun. You can take a lot of benefits from it. You can take power from it. Solar power. The world is trying to shift at least half of itself to solar power. They're trying to build floating solar gardens. So in Indonesia and in India as well, and in Saudi Arabia, they are doing a lot of work on converting everything to solar power. Isn't it something we should be grateful for? If we are in a hot zone, we may complain that it's so hot all the time. We are not happy. However, should be grateful that we have it. If we were living in a cold zone, how will we generate power if you don't have any oil, any other power source? So we have to be grateful, and we should be grateful that we have been granted with our bodies, mind, in a good health. Let's say if you don't have a good stomach, rest of your body is fine. At least you have a good rest of the body. You don't have everything wrong. You have something right. There are people in this world who are bedridden from years. They 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 want to get better, but they cannot better, and the doctors, they reject them. The doctors say that you are unable to get well. The only way forward is to pass away. What about them? Don't you feel that you have a better life than them, or at least you're on a better stage than them? And if you are in that stage on a deathbed, obviously, the faith oriented societies, like Muslims or other religions, they believe there is life after this life, in which you will be compensated for everything that was a cost to you. Everything that you had to suffer will be paid in so many multiple times that you'll be happy in afterlife. Isn't it something we shall be grateful for? Or the person who is on the deathbed, can he or she not be grateful for this, that she or he will be compensated for her pain in this world? I believe this is it. This is yin and yang. And I believe, if you this is exactly what it means. You will get everything in the end will get balanced. In Islam, it is called mizan, or the balance, in which everything is in a balanced state. So we can be grateful for a lot of things, and we have to notice them. And the last thing is contribution. As we said, even if you do the good deed, or if you have good intentions, this is what it means. This is how you will be grateful. So, Okay. I brought something for you, but it doesn't display here in this slide. So take forgiveness as an example that in our life is difficult. As we grow older, we are going up the hill, and life is getting harder and harder as we go up. And see that our perceptions, our state of affairs, state of mind is, and grudges we hold are in our backpack. And the further we go, the grudges grow, and as the grudges grow, we feel more burdened, and as we don't forgive people, it all gets collected. And while we are moving up the hill in our life, we are getting tired as well, because it has been so long that we are trekking, we are moving upward, and the backpack is growing. It's just like you're putting additional stones into your bag and you're moving forward. The steps, 20 steps you take, you put another stone inside. 100 steps you take, you put another big stone in your backpack. And you don't have the good stuff to carry to your old age, just the stones. And once you reach the top of the ladder, the top of the mountain, your life will finish. It will be about to finish. And once you will be retiring there, what will you have? You will have nothing but the stones, the burdened stones, which are technically useless unless you make something out of it, which is to write a big letter that I have lost this much in life because of those grudges, and write that letter to your children, your generations to come, and warn them of your behavior, that you have made a lot of mistakes. You have made a big mistake collecting all the negative things, negative data, and you have passed on that too, for nothing. So what I'm trying to say is that life is getting harder day by day till the time we die. And it is just like going up the hill, and we are dragging the burden of those stones with us. If you want to make life easy, just cut out the load, just cut it down. Forgive people. If you forgive people, who will feel lighter? The people or you yourself? I believe you will get more advantage than the people if you forgive them. Your backpack will get lighter. It will not be as bigger as it would be otherwise. So I encourage you to forgive, to bring to your mind everyone in life made who who did something to you which is wrong, which you hold as something bad. Bring those things, put them on a list, and tonight, be it the last day, last night of holding those stones, that irrelevant, unnecessary material, unnecessary load, and tonight you will forgive them, cut it out. And while you're forgiving people, do not forget that you also deserve kindness, and forgive yourself as well for the mistakes you have done, for the bad deeds you have done to people. And once you forgive yourself, tomorrow it will be a new day, and spend life with a totally new perspective, and you will feel satisfied, content life. And if you still believe that commodities can make you happy, the law of diminishing marginal utility teaches us otherwise. It means every new thing we add to our life, there's a phenomena attached to it, that each additional unit of gain leads to an ever smaller increase in subjective value. This is law of business. It states that, for example, if there are 3 bites of candy, the 3 bites, we think that 3 bites of candy are better than 2 bites. So far, this example is like having little sweet. If you're having little sweet, that's fine. If you have a bowl full of a sweet, that'll be fine. But the 20th bite does not add much to the experience beyond the 19th. From you may feel pleasure getting from two candies to three candies, from one bowl to one and a half bowl. But if someone asks you to have a sweet of, five bowls of sweet or 10 bowls of sweet, what will be the difference between the fourth and the fifth? What will be the difference between the ninth and the 10th? Or the 19th sweet or the 20th sweet? It simply reduces its subjective value, the value that it brings. Similar goes with your salary raise. There's a point from which onwards, if your salary is raised, you're no more happy. So all of those commodities, they don't make you happy. What makes you happy is what makes you happy is these seven types of things which you can experience through these three things, which is forgive yourself, forgive others, be grateful for what you have, and that's how you'll feel abundant. Being abundant is also happiness, and then if you contribute to the life of someone else, it will make you happier. So this is the way we can be happy. So I think that's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed the webinar, and I am open to questions if someone wants to ask a question, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP Knowledge Seeker. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Well, thank you, Baraha, for complimenting. I truly acknowledge your participation. I hope you have learned well. Thank you so much. Vapari, thank you for acknowledging the knowledge we shared with you. Jazakallah.
Sir, I think after a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. That's why no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, sir. Take care.
You're welcome.
Honorable sir, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of a regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of a regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.reviewigp.com. Please sign in. Without this, you cannot join. Certification process. Visit www.review. Visit www.reviewigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching commenting part 1, move to the next with the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass back to the course again to download your certificate, you fail to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or PPT. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next learning test passing mark 80%. If pass back to the course again to download your certificate, you fail to retake the course. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Nursing, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few processes for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button and give a link, find the session name and join with the logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 22 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, the world's first happiness museum has opened in which European city? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 53% people are right. Our second question is Jefferson Bird Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness from. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 69% people are right. Here our third question is one happiness, open happiness. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 24% people are right. Our next question is finish the sentence happiness levels dash over time. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 53% people are right. Our next question is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our next question is around the world dash is the biggest super present of happiness. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 50% people are right. Our next question is happiness is maximized at dash degree. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 53% people are right. Our eighth question is the two biggest factors that contribute to happiness around the world are. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 63% people are right. Our second last question of the session is what is the area of the brain responsible for happiness and positive memories? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 19% people are right. Our last and final question of the session is new technology dash everybody's happiness. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 93% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy as to safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to goal on the people of things, Albert Einstein. Before I say hit the like button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.